You already know what time it is. It is the man of the house here at the Not Our Crib podcast, signing in for the one time. How's everybody doing today? It is a pleasure to be back now. Originally, this video was going to come out on time, but when I recorded it, I did not like the effort that I put in. Even though I was trying, it just didn't feel like I was doing enough. So we're going to re-record it. We got the beautiful natural light on us today, showing off our beautiful melanated skin. And let's get into today's topics. So at the time of this recording, it is Valentine's Day. How y'all doing today on Valentine's Day? I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't even celebrate holidays.
Wow.
Me personally, we don't celebrate paganism over here, okay? All right? So eventually I'm going to get the family to stop celebrating holidays. We can do family feast, it's just not going to be on that day. It's going to be in that month, but it's not going to be on that day. Let's move away from holidays. Let us focus more on just coming together as a family and just having like a monthly gathering. Let's do that, a monthly gathering, and replace these holidays, and we have our own celebrations that we define for ourselves, and not the companies and consumer bases and the powers that be to decide what we should do. That's just me though. So, future wife, future kids, I hope you understand. But listen, we don't agree with these holidays. Okay, like we should have been stopped celebrating Thanksgiving a long time ago. But like we still try to celebrate Thanksgiving, and it's not it. I've been saying that since I was a kid. This holiday is not it. But I only show up because there's mac and cheese, and I don't get mac and cheese off this. So I'm trying to try out Auntie's mac and cheese, my mom's mac and cheese, my sister's mac and cheese. So that's gonna be my diet for the whole break. Another thing on Valentine's Day. Let me turn my phone off. Oh, it's already off. Okay. Another thing for Valentine's Day that I wanted to talk about is that I've noticed, I've seen posts, typically it comes from women, I gotta be for real, but they're talking about celebrating February, where you focus on self-love and loving yourself. And like there's this unofficial holiday being Galentine's Day. And on the surface, it's cool. You should always want to love yourself. I understand some people don't do it as easy as other people, but you should always want to love yourself. You should always want to take care of yourself and put yourself first. Because people nowadays, I don't even say nowadays, because this is a long-standing thing. People don't know how to treat other people. So you want to put yourself first, but also be considerate putting others before you as well. So that's what I wanted to address, is that you don't need that wait till a month to come around to put yourself first. And as for Valentine's Day, I understand the purpose of it for, women to get together and celebrate the love of platonic relationships. But low key, I gotta be honest, these kind of substitute holidays that we try to put in just to fit in to the society, pushing this. It's not even that society is trying to push that you need to be celebrating love with a partner. It's just celebrating love as a whole. That's how I see Valentine's Day. But we always heavily focus on trying to step it up for your partner, and the need to want to feel like a part of something is kind of loser-esque. That's how I want to say it. It's kind of a loser-esque when you have these things like Valentine's Day and trying to heavily push it, because part of the reason why a lot of people are not celebrating is not because they got other things to worry about, or the relationships are not just them. People just don't know how to treat each other in relationships. People just want to have their cake and eat it too, and that's not how it goes, because even sweet tooths get pulled. So that's a bar. Ooh, not even intended. We're going to talk about rap in a second. But like I said, even a sweet tooth can get pulled. So like I said, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You guys got to understand that relationships are something that requires work. Like everybody wants to be loved, but you got to be a loving person. You got to be able to show that you can love somebody. And it requires time, effort, and work. Hey, no shade towards anyone who celebrates Valentine's Day, but just like the heavy push that all these posts that I keep seeing about it, February, Galentine, self-love, it's like, listen, these are some things that you should be doing for yourself already. I can get it. You want to put it out there and let other people know, but it's 2025. People have been putting it out there for everybody else to know and see for themselves, and they feel like they have some attention or like they're doing something since like 2015. Like it's been 10 years, man. We gotta move on from this. Give it up. So shout out to all the people who understand the purpose of love, because I'm gonna have to go check for myself. But I heard even in the Bible it says not everybody's meant to be married, because people don't really know how to handle themselves in relationships. And people who think they've been in enough relationships to know something really don't. You just know how you handle your relationships and your type. But in a general scheme of things, overall, they're like the way you should treat any type of relationship, being familiar, being platonic, work relationships, those things bleed into romantic relationships. Now everything is a little different, but just having general respect and loyalty to somebody, just respect alone, that's a huge factor. That is a foundation for something that's going to be a serious relationship. But people don't have respect for other people. They say they do, but they don't. And that is a big issue that people need to work on. And people just indulging in lust and not love. Like another topic, Anthony Edwards. Have you guys heard about the Anthony Edwards situation? Let's get into it. So, Anthony Edwards, he is, what is he, a shooting guard, point guard for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And he had a kid that he does not claim. From what I've heard, he had a kid with a, I don't know her last name. Her name's like Aisha something. I believe she is the mother of one of the little baby's kids, which is so funny. She has a kid by a rapper Lil Baby and has another kid by Anthony Edwards, who is young. She's like 38 and he's 23. And after she told him that she was pregnant, he was like, bro, get an abortion. He told her, like, yo, give it up. And now I'm not saying that he's right, and I'm not saying that she's right. They're both wrong in the situation. Because she was looking for money. She wasn't looking for love. She was looking for money. And he was just looking to get his rocks off. And this is not the first time he's told a woman to do that. So, like, I would have assumed by then, homie would have wrapped it up. Or would have just stopped altogether. But, like I said, man, some people just gotta learn. And he kept telling her, like, listen, I'm not gonna be here for this kid, so you just being stupid if you're gonna keep trying to have this child, because I'm not gonna claim it. I'm not gonna be there for her. And now she's looking for child support to pay for the kid. She then went and had the baby, and she's like still messaging him and asking if everything's okay. And he's just like, listen, I don't care. I don't like you. I don't listen. I hate you, bruh. Leave me alone. Like he's completely shown her that he does not care about her, and she was really in it for the bag. That's the only reason why she would even go in and try to do something as stupid as this. So, like, I feel for the child. I really do. I really do. If we, as people, because I know people who have 6 kids by 5 people. Okay, I know people who got 4 kids by 3 people. All right, so we gotta stop with these broken families, man. Like, we really need to like focus on actually having a community, because the foundation for a strong community is family, and people just don't want to have that right now. I understand you got a young life to live, you got things you want to do, so go ahead and do that, but don't put yourself in a position where it could potentially turn into something that you don't want. And so for Anthony Edwards, it's a shame that you go this route and still have not learned from the last few times. You probably have more children. I heard rumors that you do actually have kids, but you don't care. And he's the same age as me. He's 23 years old. So, like, listen, you're not dumb. You got a lot of vets. You got a lot of older dudes around you talking to you. And I know you don't care, but you gotta wrap it up. At least do that. Close your legs, really, but like wrap it up, because I know you're not gonna want to do that. You're going all over the country. You're seeing a whole lot of new people. So it's tough. It is tough. But at least wrap it up. Because you don't want to catch nothing. I don't know if I said this in the last podcast, but you do not want to catch nada. Nada dang thing. Like I said, I know about 5-6 people who caught something. Alright? You don't want it to be you, man. You heard about Magic Johnson. You don't want to get that magic. No. That magic don't come off. That fairy dust is stuck to you forever. So, it's unfortunate. And I even heard Jello is having another kid or something like that. He cheated on his girl. I don't even know. What's up with y'all, man? I get it. Options are available when you got money, when you got fame. Options are there. They're available. But just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I just hope a lot of young men try to remember that and just understand that you don't have to indulge in these things. You You can say no. You can back away. You can exercise some form of discipline and not overindulge. But on the other side of dudes out here creating broken homes and being families, I have another issue that I've seen since we're on this topic, and it was on TikTok. So there was this creator who was stitching a video of this girl crying because her situationship didn't turn into a relationship. The dude didn't want to be with her, which I don't understand why she thought that was going to happen. Listen, situationships never work out. If you've been in a situationship and it worked out and you've been together, listen, let me tell you something. That wasn't a situationship. That was an open relationship. You probably just didn't know it was open on your end, or it was open on your end. That's probably why it worked out. You know, already did everything you could, and then you guys finally came back together. You just never explained it. But that's just my logic. But any relationship that was first a situationship is really just an open relationship. Y'all knew it was, okay? But on the other hand, all situationships that don't work out are just simulationships. Simulations are just for the time being until you turn it off. And so since her simulation didn't work and she's crying, this dude stitched in. He understood her pain, you know. He felt the same way. And he explained his story about similar thing. He liked this girl. They was in a situationship. He tried to turn it into a relationship. And it didn't work out. And I was like, dang. But then I read the comments, and there's a bunch of dudes who can relate to this story. And I got disappointed. As a dude, if you are already cracking buns, if you are already crushing, why? Let me get in this camera. Let me get my whole face in this camera, since apparently I need to back up. Why, as a young man, grown man, when you're already getting the box, are you trying to turn it into a relationship? You already have one. You already have one. What is wrong with you? It can't be that good. Listen, I'm telling you right the freak now. It can't be that good. If I had to put little to no commitment into something and already come out crushing, why am I trying to lock it down? Because this is my logic. If I can get it easy, if I can get it in with little to no effort, I don't care how good of a man I am. This could be the greatest podcast on the planet. Please help with that. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'm saying that 10 minutes in. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Okay, cool. And share, put the notifications on. But anyway, this could be the greatest podcast. I can be the greatest man on the planet. If I can get it easy, anybody can get it easy. That's just my logic. And I've seen that. No, it's not. It's not, oh, they must really like you. No. Because if you really did like me, you wouldn't be trying to throw the box at me. You understand what I'm saying? You're trying to lock me down for a long time. You need me for a long time. So if I'm getting it easy, you showing me the bare minimum, you showing me the surface. That's it, because that's what it is. It's surface. That's why so many people are so indulged and sleeping around, because you're just looking into the surface. Things that take time to build, that requires a deep connection with something, those things last for a very, very long time. Okay? So if I'm getting it easy, no matter how big I am, no matter how intelligent I am, no matter how successful I am, how much clout that I have, anybody can. Trust and believe. I don't even care if I'm the first, because somebody else can come and do it too. So I can't respect it. But I can't respect the fact that these dudes is really out here. I don't know what you ladies are doing letting these dudes hit, because you letting them hit and they catching feelings. You should not be catching feelings. You're just cracking. You're crushing. It's called crush and rush. You're supposed to leave. You're supposed to go. I don't like dudes getting kicked out of houses now. Like girls have really turned the tides on y'all. Y'all getting kicked out. Y'all trying to lay up in bed. She telling y'all gotta get up out of here. I'm disappointed in y'all. And I'm not even a player. I done just sat and watched other players just come in, do their piece, and go and get out of here. Why are y'all staying? So I can't feel bad for homie. I feel bad for the girl, but I can't feel bad for homie, because like, you were trying to pursue something serious when you didn't even need to put in any effort to get the guts to crush, to receive the box. You deserved that heartbreak. I'm sorry. You gotta learn. You can't. I've never been in that situation, and I never will. And so it's unfortunate that this is the reality of some dudes, but listen, character development is gonna come in many ways. It's just unfortunate you had to do it in the worst way. That's how I see it. I'm ashamed of y'all. I'm ashamed to even be in the same sex as y'all, the same gender classification as y'all, just because y'all want to catch feelings and try to turn a situation into a relationship. A situation It's a situation, bro. It's a simulation. But it is what it is. I know you guys saw the Super Bowl. The Chiefs sold my parlay. That's all I'm saying. The Chiefs sold my parlay, and I don't even bet. So it's a good thing I didn't lose any money. But if I was to bet, I would have put my money on the Chiefs. Now listen, I'm a hater. Okay, I wanted to see the Eagles lose, not because I don't think the Eagles is a good team, not because I have anything against Jalen Hurts, not because I have anything against Saquon Barkley. I have nothing against them. I'm actually happy they made it to the Super Bowl, but I really wanted the Bills to win. But I'm a hater, and I got a grudge. So like, I needed to see someone. I needed to see them fall. That way, I could see somebody else be upset. That's really it. My coworker's an Eagles fan, and I wanted to see how they would react after they lost because she's very passionate about the Eagles, and I needed to see them fall. I needed to see the birds get shot out of the sky and picked up by their legs like it's a duck hunt. Wow. That's what I wanted to see. And they turned around and put belt to behind to the Chiefs. And I've never seen such a whooping in my life. It almost made me feel like, dang, Bills should have easily made it to the Super Bowl. If we would have, man, we would have tore. Man, I'm in the Rock. I would have drove to Buffalo, and I would have been in the streets rioting, bro. I would have drove through all that snow, throwing flares, throwing people off chairs, suplexing out straight out of the swanton midair. That would have been me. But congratulations to them. But the real topic at hand is Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you hate it. I thought it was a great performance. And knowing Kendrick Lamar, I knew what it was going to be. I didn't think he was about to just get on stage and rap everybody's favorite song and then go home. That's never how he does things. So for y'all to be surprised or whatever, you're either not a fan or you're just a generational hater. And even with somebody who was talking about the performance, they said it was bad. They said SZA was the best part. And I called him out for being a hater. And then they tried to see if I thought the performance was good. And I said, listen, it doesn't matter if I think the performance is good or not. You don't have to like the performance. But for you to say that SZA was the best part, where all she did was roll over and sing, come on now. She did her part. She raised her notes up a little bit, put some energy. But aside from that, you don't gotta like the performance, bro. You don't. And the one thing I don't like is that I guess it bothered them so much that they made a Facebook post about it, and someone had brought it up like, you talk about Wayne being a better performer. Have you ever seen Wayne perform? Now, I'm not saying Wayne performances are better or worse or whatever. I've never seen Lil Wayne perform, but I'm just going off what homie said about his performance. Dude didn't even respond to him, but responded to whoever agreed to him in the comments. I'd never like that. Like, if you're going to make a point to the point where you need to post it publicly, be ready for people to have an opposing opinion towards you. Don't sit here and try to agree with everybody who agrees with you and then ignore everybody who disagrees with you. You're asking for the smoke and you just don't like the fact that somebody has probably said something that disproves what you're saying, or someone's challenging you. I don't like that. And I also don't like the fact that there's a lot of people saying that Kendrick still needed Drake. He never needed Drake. They said, he put him on tour. He gave Drake praises. Yeah, that was back then when they were cool. They're not cool no more. I remember some dude who said, I'm a fan of both, and he proceeds to not be a fan of Kendrick by just what he says. It's like, Kendrick's biggest song on Good Kid, Mad City was Poetic Justice. No, it's not. His biggest song is Mad City. What are you talking about? It's probably not even his top 5 biggest song on that album. It's Mad City, most definitely, and Swimming Pools. Those are the first 2 songs that have the most plays. All him. Mad City has MC8 on it, which is not a well-known performer, well-known rapper. And Swimming Pools is all him. Then you got The Recipe, which was probably top 6, maybe. Probably top 6 on that album. I'm just saying, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. But I know these first 2, Swimming Pools and Mad City, are the biggest songs. Poetic Justice is probably 5. Don't Kill My Vibe is definitely up there. That's 3 songs. So it's probably number 4 or probably number 3. Then it's probably Poetic Justice. But anyways, then he skips all the way to this whole rap beef. He skips to the rap beef, and that Not Like Us is one of his biggest charting songs ever. And Now he's on stage performing and now he's winning Grammys. Like, he really needed Drake. I'm like, bro, did you just skip over To Pimp a Butterfly? But you're a fan of Kendrick. To Pimp a Butterfly was such a great album that they use it to study in college. You jumped over Damn? Damn? I'm not even talking about the numbers. I'm not even talking about the awards he received. But if you're saying you're a fan of him and he has two of the biggest albums, two of his most recognizable pieces of work being To Pimp a Butterfly and Damn, you're skipping over that, jumping to how good what's it called, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers wasn't received very well, but still by numbers wise did well. And then we have the rap beef, and then we dropped GNX, and GNX is an amazing album. I like GNX, but not everybody has to. But GNX is widely considered to be a great Kendrick album, and I get tired of people just going out here discredited for no reason. Like, for no reason. Like, you can not like him. You can say you hate him. You can say you hate his music. You can say you don't understand him. You don't like having to decode everything he says. You can say that. I do not care. It's for people who are critical thinkers, not you. But to go ahead and say he needed somebody and then just jump widely over his body of work that never referenced him? You serious? Because the only time in Damn that he referenced a rapper wasn't even in the final cut. He referenced Big Sean and French Montana in Element, but he took it out. If you hear, go look up the original song for Element. That's why you hear the chorus that you do, but he dropped the rest of the disses and just kept the chorus. And then there was another guy who was talking about how he won 5 Grammys for Not Like Us, but all his other work was not Grammy worthy. I'm like, what? It wasn't what? You want to talk about Grammys? The amount of Grammys this man has off of work that didn't reference Drake, and you're talking about it wasn't Grammy worthy? Like, yo, I'm thinking I'm looking at a whole bunch of, if you're watching the video, I'm thinking you're hearing this from a whole bunch of this. No, I'm hearing from a whole bunch of this. If you know, you know. I'm like, yo, just say you like Drake. That's fine. You don't gotta lie. You don't gotta act like you like both. You don't gotta listen. I don't understand why you like Mr. Blackface, okay? Because I'm not a Drake fan, but I know a good song from him when I do. And most of the songs I don't like because it's just same, is repetitive, and I don't relate. For me, when it comes to music, and this is true to everybody, you listen to song that relates to you directly or song that relates to you idealistically. So when it comes to Kendrick, his music relates to me directly. When it comes to an artist like Big Sean, his music relates to me idealistically. That's why I can listen to songs about, or Big Sean that talks about relationships and dating over songs about Drake, because I don't relate to that realistically or idealistically when he's making songs like Marvin's Room, which is probably the closest thing that I could relate to, probably, and that's later in life. When I first came out, I could not relate to it. It was just a good song, and I'm pretty. Was it Leon Thomas who produced it? If he produced, if not wrote part of the song, so there's that. But I can't relate to his music kind of being like in his feelings and sad over a girl, because that's just never really me. But when I listen to Big Sean, you got songs like Beware, you got songs like Living Single, you got songs Jump Out the Window. I can relate to those songs directly and idealistically, or even verses about women in his music. You know, I'm Mr. Big Shot, these hoes get drunk off me. Like, I relate to that idealistically, because that's how I see myself. I want to see myself like the man, not the boy. So if you don't like him, you don't gotta like him, but don't lie. Don't lie. But my homie, he hates the fact that everyone has been talking down on his performance, and even Kendrick ironically predicted in his performance through Samuel L. Jackson, Mr. Uncle Sam, it's too loud, it's too reckless, it's too ghetto. And what is the response he receives from the rest of the world, the rest of media? I didn't like his performance. We don't really know. We don't really know who he is. Songs that we can't jam to. Do you know how to play the game? He plays songs that people love singing to. That's how you play the game. Now don't do nothing. Exactly. I didn't come out here to pander. I didn't come out here to have y'all party, have a good time. I came out here to make a statement. And if you're not paying attention, then you just gonna end up looking confused. Which is fine. Again, don't bring politics into it. Politics is everywhere. This podcast is not intentionally political. This PlayStation is political. Just the colors what the money goes into from the company for the people that they support. This bed, politi- Spider-Man. I gotta where the right here because it's mirroring me. Spider-Man right here on my wall. Political. Everything you see, everything you do is political, whether you intend to do it or not. It's a political on many things. The color of this shirt has a political statement. This you couldn't even tell. This is Nike. This is a Nike sweatshirt. This is a Nike sweatshirt. Whatever they put their money into from the thing that I bought, no matter how small of a margin my dollars made in buying this, that's a political statement. When companies remove DEI, what did people do? They boycott those companies now. That's political. Companies don't support it. The customer's not going to support them. Everything you do is political, and we want to talk about politics. Everything is. Cartoons are political, right? People are saying, "Oh, don't bring politics and comics and cartoons." If it's too easy for people to understand, then it's probably a little bit of a problem. But even when it's not, people might make things political. That's not even political, or about race. That's not even about race. Like, who is Astrid from How to Train Your Dragon? They found out that the live action actress is biracial, and they have a problem with it. But apparently, Astrid's not even an original character, or no, Astrid's an original character for the movie, but she's not found in the original book. Which I didn't even know How to Train Your Dragon is. Even though I grew up with this movie, didn't even know it was in a book. So it's originally a hardcover novel. She's not even in it. She's a character made for the movie. And then on top of that, when you look at her, you couldn't even tell unless you went out of your way to figure it out. I couldn't even tell when I looked at her. I said, "You serious? This woman looks just like a Viking." I think I would find her if I went back there in God of War. In God of War Ragnarok, I think I would find her chilling in the village. But whole time, I didn't know until y'all brought it up. Ooh, y'all have a serious issue, man. But more on with Kendrick and the hate that he's been getting. My friend was very, very upset about it, and I told him like, "Yo, don't even be mad. Be happy. Be happy because you get to live in a time where someone who's as intelligent as an artist as he is, someone who's a revolutionary as he is, not a fake black savior, which I hate hearing that. And I've even heard it from other artists, from other popular artists, calling him a fake black savior. And I'm like, wait, hold on, you still make music about sleeping with women. You still make music, and you're how old, homie? You're old enough to be my dad. Okay, you're still making music like that, and what? And you're calling him fake, bro? You haven't. What have you done? Let me see that. Are you just jealous because they can speak about serious issues and not only he can speak about serious issues in not only a creative and informative way and poetic way and cause impact that you wish you could have? Is it because the era in which you started was all about partying, having fun, and you haven't really grown out of it, or you can't really venture out of it because most of your bars are just very simple and trying to catch the ear of the easy to reach audience, than having something more dynamic, having something that's more groundbreaking, something that's actually not easy even for core fans to just decipher? Is that the issue? Is that the jealousy that you're having? Because if it is, then man, that's something that you gotta handle. And I may be a fan of you, but you really gotta step it up. And I see why you get scared. Like I see why you get scared when they come around. But you got to be honest with yourself. But anyway, I tell my friend, I digress to back what I was saying, that be happy that you get to live through this moment because eventually there will be the time where he's seen as one of the most decorative, always, not just half the time or a part of the time or whoever you ask, as one of the most decorative, as one of the most influential people ever, to where there's a lot of love behind their name. Like, bro, rappers didn't even like Tupac. Other rappers didn't even like Tupac. And now Tupac is gone, rest in peace. Yo, man, when you listen to songs like Keep Your Head Up, this man, Tupac was really performative, informative. You get to live through this. This is what we get to live through. A lot of the most famous people in history who created the most change, even someone like Martin Luther King, was said to be one of the most hated people in America. On newspapers. One of the most hated people, one of the most hated man in America. Now deceased. We love him. We love him. He created so much change. Jackie Robinson was one of the most hated players in baseball. His number is retired all over the MLB and the MILB. People who were once hated. Do you remember the people who hated him? You could say a group of people. You could say the government. You could say the FBI. They hated Dr. King so much they lie on his name, saying that he was cheating on. I don't believe that. You can't pay me to believe that he cheated on his wife. You can't pay me to believe that he wanted to end segregation just so he could marry a white woman. You can't pay me that. And if you believe that, you're stupid. The reason why I don't believe it, because guess where it came from? It came from the FBI. The same people who assassinated him. Right? The same people who went after him. So why would I believe them? They do it for a reason. They broke up our families for a reason. Listen to Dr. Umar. Pay attention. Pay attention to what Dr. Umar said. He said the family was so strong. That's why having broken families is a bad thing. The family dynamic was so strong, they had to do something. The church was so strong, we had to do something about it. That level of power to be able to change the community overnight, we got to break it up with generational propaganda. Propaganda that's going to last for a minute. Mental poisoning to the point where we have the influencers that we have now that talk about money, women, drugs, sex, talk about all this, ruining our mind, poisoning our brains. That's how powerful they were. And now they're in history, and they're more recognized for the good that they've done than whatever bad they try to throw on their name, or they're recognized for how impactful they were. And we get to live through that right now. I can't wait till I'm 65 years old and I get to tell my grandchildren, this man was hated when he did this. Now we look back with fresh eyes, rose tinted glasses, and we talk about the change that he made. So I tell them, don't be upset, because nobody's going to remember the haters and the naysayers. They're gone. Nobody remembers y'all. I don't even know y'all. Y'all just y'all. So the message here for that is, don't be a hater. Don't be a hater forever. Like, don't be a strong hater, because I hate for fun. I hate for sport. I don't even hate nobody for real. Don't be a real hater, bro, because you won't be remembered. You will not. You don't make any difference, especially if you're not making a difference. You don't even make a difference. Like when Booker T. Washington and W.E. Du Bois, they didn't necessarily like each other's way of going about things, but they made a difference, did they not? So, with that being said, enjoy the history that's being made. Speaking of rap, I had the pleasure to join in on the Walk It Down challenge. If you don't know what Walk It Down, it's a song by Af. He's one of the members of RDC. And he had his own song called Walk It Down. The first time his challenge came around, it was just, you would play the song in the background and you would, walk around with your clothes on. Walk around with your clothes on. That just sounds so weird. But you would show like outfits or whatever. He wanted to see how you walk it down for the challenge. It also helps get his music out there. It also helps create influence. That's really good marketing. So he came back around with another challenge. This time it was an open verse challenge, 16-bar verse. When I saw that, I thought this was a great opportunity to not only promote myself, but the podcast and show my skills as a rapper, as rapping, actually. People don't think I can rap. Man, the way I see rap is, it's equivalent to your knowledge. The more knowledgeable you are about rapping or about something, it's easier for you to rap. And so when I got the Walk It Down challenge, I said, ooh, I know a lot of things about walking, stomping, running, jumping, and feet. I don't have a foot fetish. Don't even start that with me. But let me do this challenge and see if I can get it done. Shout out to my homie AJ Just Music, for helping me put the song together and mix and mastering, and we submitted our submissions. And at the time of this recording, after the submissions have closed, people want to know, what would have done if I didn't win? And let me tell you, I didn't even make it to round one. I didn't even make it because he eventually had so many submissions he had to do round one. I didn't even make the cut. How? Partially, I think he didn't see my submission. because he said the hashtag was not working properly. New people were coming up and down in the algorithm. Instagram algorithm sucks, but I submitted on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. He did not see it, but let you be the judge. I'm gonna go ahead and play my verse. Without further ado, here's my submission.
She like the way I walk it down. I'm a young rich nigga, I'm just tryna run it down. And you know how I get down. Walk it down, walk it down, walk it down, nigga.
GG, walk up in a second, get the step, and he'll be crippin' in a minute. If he didn't cross me, watch your step. It's a dub, I ain't checking my tone. These cadets ain't marching how I'm marching, not a ritual, habitual. I'm stepping over margins, and these roads ain't clear, but I gotta see with caution. And I came up from the hood, but I stay away from there. Don't get it twisted, I dance around the square. Tipping, throwing through the motions, only keep me posted. If he headed for my header, then I got a footnote him. I was getting kicked around, and now I'm kicking up a storm. How's my form? Even time, know I kick it to the door. I ain't a bootlicker, baby, I just came to run the game. Stay a master, homie, I here to walk the fame. Bright 10, baby, man, the shining's in my name. I'm here to stump the yard, I two-step a lane like.
She like the way I walk it down. Walk it down, walk it down, walk it down, hey. She like the way I walk it down, like walk it down, walk it down, walk it down.
So that's how I wanted to walk it down. Let me know how you guys felt about it in the comments. Be honest, don't lie. Be 100% honest, because there's only a way to get better when it comes to making this music. And for the side, it's not even like a main thing, but who wouldn't want to have like a charting album or a top tier record? Or who wants to get 5 Grammys in one night? Who doesn't want that? You know what I mean? So I would say, I believe that's all we have for today. Again, I appreciate you guys for coming in. Appreciate you guys for listening if you made it to this end of the video. If you have, please comment. Please comment. Walk it down, Brighton. If you have made it to the end of this video, if you're listening to other platforms, give it a favorite, like, rate it 5 stars, and again, share. But until next time, this is the man of the house, Bright Knight. Sign it out for the one time. Peace.